series of the Holomind perceiver, we're breaking it down part by part and defining it to enhance our knowledge. This science is telepathically engraved onto our corpus callosum, and it resembles a nanochip. Now that's a lot different than a neural link or some mechanical object being inserted into your physical brain and then hooked up to a computer and then accessed, programmed, or worse yet, erased by a people that are experimenting with advanced technology. So learning the Holomind perceiver puts the control back in your hands. Now we have defined the horizontal axis, that is the gravitational axis. That goes from the 5th time dimension over to the 6th time dimension. If you can see the highlighter here. Not only that, but the gravitational axis represents space. Now what we're going to do is look at the vertical part of the Holomind perceiver that goes from the 7th time dimension following the highlighter, 7th mental sphere, through the 9th time dimension, 7th mental sphere, down to the 8th time dimension, 7th mental sphere. But let's just make note also that the electromagnetic axis, it represents time. Now we're going to look at the major arcanum that runs along the corpus callosum from the back of the head to the front. The major arcanum are going to line up with the radioplasmas that we call Dali, Celi, Gamma, Kali, Alpha, Limi, Sidio, the red dragon that represents Dali, the blue hand, Celi. Then we go down to the white wind, Gamma, the red skywalker, Kali, the yellow sun, Alpha, the white mirror, Limi, and then the 7th plasma, Hunebku, Cilio. These are the cosmic talking trees of life codes, the same codes that we saw in the electromagnetic axis on the other slide. Every octave has a harmonic of becoming and a harmonic of returning, and let me explain that. When we say becoming, it is the process of involution. Not evolution, but involution, meaning that spirit is going in density, going into matter. That's when the vibratory rate slows down. That's basically what happened to our forefathers, coming out of the spiritual realm and going into a material realm. That's called involution. But when we say returning, which is something that we're doing now, consists of the evolution of the vibratory rate speeding up. And so therefore we are more concerned now about our light bodies. What condition are our light bodies in? How are we operating in the spirit realm? You know, these type of things as we begin to evolve. In the back of the head, which we see at the top of the picture, are the first 24 rooms. In the front of the head, there's also 24 runes. A rune means mystery or magic. Now let us go over the order of the octaves and strands. The first octave, 9th strand, is the divine decree. AC means aboriginal continuity. We're talking future to the present. Now this strand is conservative and it preserves existing conditions and it limits any kind of change. The second octave, 10th strand, is called the tree of cosmic fire. But here we see CA. CA stands for civilization advanced. That's going to be the past to the present. This strand is progressive, meaning that it develops stage by stage. The third octave, 11th strand, is galactic life whole. The fourth octave, 12th strand, is galactic art whole. The fifth octave, 13th strand, is the union of ascent and descent. The sixth octave, 14th strand, infinite mind wave. The 48 runes are not genetic in nature, but they are radiogenetic and radioplasmic. The prefix for radio means given to us by way of radiant energy. Today is Can 28, yellow lunar star, with the power of elegance, the action of beauty, and the essence of art. Times V17H1, and is located in the second time dimension of cosmic ascension, fourth mental sphere of continuing consciousness. Now time is on the third magnitude and is activating electric bonding of external time flow of cosmic ascension. We know that the number 3 is standing for the tone 3, which is activate, bond, and service. We also know that it's in the blue area that we call external time. And we also know what this quadrant stands for: cosmic ascension and continuing consciousness. This can be interpreted as there being an action of bonding that is happening in our mind, specifically in this moment. What are we bonding in this moment? What is our order? Do we have that in our mind, front and center? We're all waiting on something to materialize that's in our mind, where time resides. Whatever that something is, it should be steeped in disciplined concentration. Many times we'll start out with being enthusiastic about what we're anticipating. But after the moment passes, we fail to apply the necessary focus. And in this particular plasma, we have to bond our order with the energy, with external time. Space, V7H7. Space is an infinitely locatable point in the time dimension of cosmic creation of preconscious. Now here we're talking spaces that holds untapped raw energy to self-create ourselves anew. We're talking paranormal spaces. We may be even talking about spaces that we don't view as favorable for whatever reason. And if this is the case, then the effects that is usually have an effect on us will not have an effect on us today, because it's neutralized on the 6th magnitude in the 6th dimension of ESP. And that space can represent a mentality that we have. It can represent a specific place that we don't like going to, or we do like going to, depending on your order or your circumstance. And it could be a sensory perception that we are holding on to, that we need to possibly change, that's dealing with extrasensory, our perception. Synchronicity, V6H8. And we know synchronicity to be the operation of a higher moving template of mathematical order that coordinates all phenomena telepathically in your mind. Because synchronicity here is located on the 10th magnitude, meaning that's how much energy that you have to work with, and it's activating in alpha alpha. And we know alpha alpha to be profound samadhi, that raw energy to work with in the external space flow of cosmic creation. So synchronicity is not actually in the first time dimension, first mental sphere. It's in the 5th time dimension and 5th mental sphere of superconscious. That is where synchronicity is right now, in superconscious. And we know that the Damquali thermic force, which is the red area here, if you follow, can see my pointer, that gravitational force magnetizes. We learned that from the horizontal video. It magnetizes through heat. So let's put it all together. Synchronicity is magnetizing events to unfold by way of the superconscious. We are given help to polarize our order. When we say polarize, we have to remember this is a yellow lunar star, and it has the power to polarize, meaning that we're going to hold tight to the vision that we want to materialize. We're going to get rid of anything else that's deviating our thought from that. We're going to polarize to our order. We're going to use the action to stabilize that polarization. And that together, the polarization and the stabilization, is the essence of challenge. Synchronicity is magnetizing events to unfold by way of the superkind. Peace to the God.